What's up everybody, it's X, and welcome back to probably my final greedy draft of Ravnica Allegiance here, just because it's only on for another day and I really only have time to record one more right now. So let's see what we start with in this pack here. So there's an Unbreakable Formation. That can be a pretty decent aggro card, and it doubles up as a basically a counter spell for Wrath of God, or just like a removal spell. And the rest of this pack is not particularly crazy. There's a Blade Juggler, which is always pretty good. There's a bunch of like little stuff. I think Solana Wayfinder's pretty good in this format in the green decks, because in your green decks, in a greedy draft, since you're playing 2 lands a turn, you can have a lot of really big bomb creatures, and this helps you draw towards them. Yeah, other than that, a lot of basic stuff. I think Grasping Thrall's a great card as well. I don't really know how good Unbreakable Formation is, because I've never really played it in this format. But it seems pretty good, so I might just take the rare here and see where it goes. So here we have a Mortify. That's a pretty easy pick in my opinion. There is a Clamor Shaman, which is pretty good. Slimebind's okay. Dead Revels is good, but you can get it like really late. And then there's like Rampaging Rendhorn. There's green cards, which it's weird to take a green card after taking a white card because there's no Selesnya in this format. I think I'm just going to take the Mortify. It's a really cheap removal spell. So I think it's a great card. And here we don't really have anything great in Orzhov, which is what we're currently at just because of the Mortify. But we do have like decent cards, like Viscopa Vampire and Carrion Imp. They're both fine. I think the best cards here are probably like Gruul Beastmaster and Shieldbringer. Both of those are pretty nice. Shieldbringer definitely goes a lot better with our first couple picks, just because we could actually be blue, white, and black. We can't really be green, white, and black, because there's no Golgari or Selesnya, so green would just randomly be in here. Whereas this format has Azorius in it, so we could have blue-white cards and white-black cards, and that kind of works together. I think I'm going to take the Chillbringer. I think it's just the best card in this pack. Next up, we have a Guildgate, or a Carrion Imp, or a Grudian. Could also just take like a Syndicate Messenger, just as a flying dude. I think I'm just going to take the Guildgate. Want to make sure my mana's good. Ill-Gotten Inheritance, I think, is the pick here. I think this card's really, really good. Definitely didn't think it was very good at first, but I don't know what it is about the card, but anytime I play against it, I just lose immediately. Let's see. We could take another Chillbringer, some more Mana Fixing, a Gateway Sneak, or I think that's pretty much it. It's between Gateway Sneak, Mana Fixing, and Chillbringer. Kind of want to just take Chillbringer. Gateway Sneak, I think, is just not as good in greedy draft, because you really have to have like relevant creatures very quickly, just because of how quickly everybody goes up in mana. You don't really have time to just sit there pinging your opponent for 1 and drawing cards. Unless you have like some really good support cards, you want to have creatures or removal spells that just like impact things immediately. But I do think it's still a pretty good card, so maybe it's the pick. I'm gonna go with Chillbringer though. Chillbringer's always amazing, just straight up. So here's a pretty hard pick. We could take Dovin's Acuity or Final Payment. If we take Dovin's Acuity, then we just start drafting the kind of like all instants that we're casting in the main phase deck. If we take Final Payment, it's a removal spell, which is great. So like Final Payment's going to be good no matter what. Dovin's Acuity we really have to draft around, and then it could be incredible. Kind of want to do Dovin's Acuity, just because I've never really made a Dovin's Acuity deck in this format. Or just in Ravnica Allegiance as a whole. I don't think I've ever actually gotten Dovin's Acuity to work. I tried once, but it didn't really work out. So I think I'm just going to take the Mana Fixing here. We could take Senate Courier, which actually is a nice body. Like, 4 toughness is pretty relevant, and if we get a high alert, then it's just incredible. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Senate Courier over the mana fixing for now. But I could definitely see later, if we don't get more guild gates by then, taking the guild gates over couriers. A bunch of pretty mediocre cards for the colors that we're playing here. Guess I could just take a Prying Eyes. Do I have any Enter the Battlefield effects on my creatures? I do have Chillbringer, so I could take Justiciar's Portal and get another Enter the Battlefield trigger off the Chillbringer, which is nice. Seems a little bit... a little too much of like a 2-card combo there, where like if I draw Justiciar's Portal at any other time, it's just useless, so I'm just going to take the Prying Eyes. A bunch of cards I don't really want to play here. Don't really care about Bladebrand or Has the Officer. But I guess I'll take Has the Officer. Probably going to want to cut him out of this deck pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and take the Viscopa Vampire. Take the Grudian. And now we just have like nothing but 3 mana cards, which is kind of hilarious. Thought Collapse over the Portal, and another Has the Officer. Alright, pack 2. We open a Prime Speaker Vannifar. I open Prime Speaker Vannifar all the time, and it's always when I have like no chance of playing Simic. I guess I could go green, blue, white instead, but then I have to take out... My god. Yeah, then I have to take out an Ill-Gotten Inheritance and a Mortify. Oh, this is a pretty hard choice. Because, I mean, Vannifar's really good and a really fun card to play, but I am cutting a lot out of this deck if I'm swapping into green, blue, white instead of black, white, blue. I think if I don't take Vannifar, then the pick is between the Sphinx of the Guild Pact and the Final Payment. Just a game-ending card or another removal spell. Oh, I think I'm just going to take the other removal spell. We're just going to stick with our initial strategy because of that one time that I just drafted a million gates and also a high alert deck and all that. Let's just stick to trying to do Dovin's Acuity stuff with this deck, I think. Aw, why is Clear the Mind a sorcery? I kind of think maybe it's just Sky Tether here. Because otherwise it's a Viscopa Vampire or a Humongous. Skitter Eel's probably good, though. Yeah, Skitter Eel's fine. Go ahead and pick that up. It's a pretty late Rhythm of the Wild. But it's in like the 2 colors that we're not playing, so that's really awkward. So Undercity's Embrace goes with Dovin's Acuity, or we could just take another Senate Courier. Guess I'll take Undercity's Embrace. Take another Final Payment. Ooh, Gate Colossus though. We only have 1 gate right now. That card is so strong. I'm just gonna take the Final Payment. We're sticking to our guns this time. Making sure we have a like consistent deck here with like a plan. Take the instant again. Take another Ill-Gotten Inheritance. So our win conditions are now just straight up like Ill-Gotten Inheritances. That's how we're trying to win. I think I want the creature here. Now... a bunch of mediocre stuff. I suppose I'll take the Locket and just have a million 3-mana cards, which is hilarious. We'll take the big boy now. Take a Humongous. He blocks pretty well. Take another Senate Courier. Knight of Sorrows that I don't really want to play. Watchful Giant. Could actually play a Watchful Giant. Definitely will play a Consign to the Pit. Probably won't play a Thirsting Shade. Alright. So, final pack here. Lavinia Azorius Renegade. I think that's just a 2-mana 2/2. Literally the only thing that I could think of that this stops in Limited is Electro Dominance. You could counter the second spell they try to cast off Electro Dominance, and other than that, not going to do anything unless they're trying to play non-creature spells with Lockets. So I think that this card's probably just pretty bad. It doesn't really do much of anything. So I kind of just want to take the instant speed removal spell again, because Pitiless Pontiff, while it can be really good, we don't have a whole lot of creatures. And we especially don't have a lot of creatures that are good to sacrifice. So yeah, let's just take the instant speed removal spell that we can play during our main phase. Here, I think it's going to be a pretty easy Warrant and Warden. Put an attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library, or make a 4/4 Flying Vigilance Sphinx for 5 mana. This is almost always just going to be the 5 mana 4/4 Vigilance Sphinx, I think, but it has the other option if we need it. So, Law Mage's Binding could be alright, but it's really bad combo with Undercity's Embrace, and we do have 2 Undercity's Embrace in here, so we really want to play them. So I think I want to take Senate Guildmage, because Senate Guildmage is also like a really strong card. Like, it would already be a hard pick between these two, even if I didn't have Undercity's Embrace, but the fact that I have 2 Undercity's Embrace makes me more inclined to not take the enchantment-based removal, so we'll go ahead and take the Senate Guildmage here. And now take an Oligarch or a Slimebind or a Gateway Plaza, basically. I think I'll take the Gateway Plaza. Not a lot of anything, so we'll take the Mana Fixing. Could take like Forbidding Spirit or the Mana Fixing here. Guess I'll just keep going for the Mana Fixing. Not missing out on a whole lot. Here we'll take the removal. Then another Watchful Giant. And Mana Fixing. I could also take a Clear the Mind to make sure that I don't mill out, but I think that I'm just trying to get there with Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Like, I probably won't mill out. But I am more likely to mill than my opponent. Most of the time, I think. Just because I have Prying Eyes and Dovin's Acuity. Both of those draw a whole lot of cards. Could take another Prying Eyes as well. I think I'll just take the Plaza. Take a Vampire. Take a Locket. Mungy Boy. Just a bunch of stuff that I'm not playing. Alright, let's build this deck. We gotta take 11 cards out of here. So I guess the Hazda Officers and the Core Commando are just not good. Thought Collapse is probably not great. Seven cards. I still gotta take 7 cards out of here. Maybe the Viscopa Vampires. Maybe even the Unbreakable Formation, just because I don't have a lot of creatures. I think our mana's pretty good. We can probably take out the Lockets. And I guess 2 Humongulous, because we don't have High Alert, so they're kind of just 2 5 blockers. It might be okay. Maybe we even take out Watchful Giant over them. Watchful Giant is only 1 more mana. It gives it +1/+1, and you make a 1/1 when it comes into play, so you also get like a chump blocker to come with it. don't know which one of these is actually worse, the hexproof one or the more expensive one. I think I should just take out... Maybe I just take out one of each and then I don't have to figure out which is actually worse. Alright. Let's hop into the games here, see how this deck goes. I definitely don't think this deck is as good as my last deck, for sure. Kind of just feels like a worse version of my last deck to me. But we'll see. Alright. Having the Dovin's Acuity on turn 3 is a pretty good start. And I think you have no maximum hand size in this format, so we could just do all kinds of shenanigans with Acuity and never have to worry about discarding if we go too crazy. So I could play the Courier. I think I'll just play the Acuity. Because I'm not really attacking much with this deck. Opponent casts Sphinx's Insight, draws some cards. So... got some instants to play during my turn. They're both just removal spells, so I guess I just drop out a Skitter Eel. This guy's probably going to get removed, but if not, he's going to be a 5/5. Alright, Skitter Eel gets removed. Opponent plays Gateway Sneaks. Let's go ahead and make them sacrifice that and then draw another card. Ill-Gotten Inheritance should be really good in this matchup. It seems like just the control mirror. Nothing from our opponents. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I think I just play the Guild Mage, I guess. I could play the Courier as well, but I like having the option of playing these at instant speed if something really goes wrong. I still want to play them at sorcery speed, but I don't want to, like, let my guard down if something crazy happens. Does opponent just have, like, a lot of lands? I think I'm just attacking with the Guild Mage, actually. Like, I have 3 removal spells in my hand and a Dovin's Acuity on the board. I don't need more cards. I just need to start slowly killing them. So let's do that. And I don't need more life either. With the life gain, I have 24 life. And I have a Dovin's Acuity on board, so I'll get more life the second they start doing anything. Swirling Torrent. Well, that slows me down. Seems like that's their only option right now, is just to slow me down, so that's fine. They know about both the cards, so I'll just play both. They haven't played anything thus far, so I doubt that they're going to play anything really scary. And if they play something tremendously scary, I can just cast Final Payment, pay 5 life. Precognitive Perception. Alright. They might get to start casting some cards now instead of just kind of staring at me. Two to the top, 1 to the bottom. So they've got cards, for sure. Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I'm just going to mortify that. Honestly. Yeah, Mortify, recast Acuity. Just so I don't have to deal with that. Bam! Acuity back to my hand. Plus, I also get to draw a card this way. And kind of do something here instead of just sitting here, because I don't think I was going to play Chillbringer. Probably did, like, I definitely didn't have to kill that. Because I have a Senate Guildmage out, so there's no way Ill-Gotten Inheritance could possibly kill me. Unless they get rid of the Guildmage, which now they have. But yeah, like, they could do 1 to me every turn with the Ill-Gotten, and I would just gain 2 a turn. Let's go ahead and Undercity's Embrace that. So I don't have to target it. Acuity goes back to my hand, draw another card. Hopefully get my own Ill-Gotten Inheritance here. Looks like not yet. I do have 2 copies. I accidentally clicked on my opponent. I'll go ahead and give you Vigilance. Maybe I should just play the Chillbringer to kill them faster. Like, I don't get to tap anything with it, but if I'm just killing everything that they play anyway, why would I need to tap something down? I can just lose that value. Grasping Thrall is here, so I'm going to go ahead and pay 5 on that. Orzhov Locket. Could also just Chillbringer it for now and final payment later. Because I've been, like, so intent on getting the Chillbringer value, but kind of want to just draw another card as soon as possible. Yeah, let's do it. Get my inheritance. That's not inheritance. Alright, well, I have run out of removal if they play another creature, but I can just Chillbringer it for a temporary hold. It's kind of impressive that I've drawn so many cards, but still my opponent is in a fine situation. Or a fine position. I guess they have drawn a lot of cards as well. They've drawn 2 off of Sphinx's Insight, 3 off of Perception, so we've kind of just both drawn a lot of cards. So that was a really good creature for opponent to have. I really can't damage them now. So I gotta draw into another removal spell. That is the inheritance. So now I'll start slowly winning. Go ahead and tap that guy down and do like 1 damage to them. Yay. 1 damage from my Grudian. I do get to do 3 damage to them next turn with Grudian and Chillbringer. And Senate Courier having 4 toughness is pretty nice against the 3 power flyer. Just make sure they can't start swinging at me, really. Grasping Thrall. So it looks like I don't get to attack them. I'm gonna have to just sit here with my Courier to block things. Warden. I have that card too. Syndicate Messenger. It's not really what I need right now. Kind of just need like my own copy of Warden. That would be kind of perfect. It'd be a 3/4 Flying Vigilance. So it wouldn't be completely perfect, but then they could only attack with the 4/4. Guess I just need like a Summary Judgment. That would be a beautiful draw. Yeah, Skyguard has first strike, right? Yeah, that's ridiculous. So I'll let them use whatever kind of weird pump spell they have here. What do they just have, like, Unbreakable formation? Final payment. Paying 5 life? Bold strategy, I like it. I do like the play, just trying to kill me as soon as possible before I start drawing any more instant speed removal. Just playing risky rather than defensively. Fortunately, Watchful Giant does not really block anything. Neither does Grudian, so I can go ahead and get in there for 1. Now that the first striker is tapped. Just speed up my Ill-Gotten Inheritance by 1 turn. Just stop as much damage as possible here. Down to 14. We did get our 4/4. So that's a 3/4 Flying Vigilance. I think I kind of have to just play that. I can't play Warrant outside of the combat step, so I can't actually do anything. Like, I can't return Dovin's Acuity by casting Warrant. But I could kill their 4/4 Vigilance by doing that. Could kill it right now if I wanted to, but I can also just do it when they attack. I don't know if it's better to kill their 4/4 and make a 3/4 of my own, because if I kill their 4/4, they still do 3 damage to me every turn, because I block one of the 3/3s. Whereas if I make my own 3/4, I just block both the 3/3s and I take 4 every turn. Just take 1 more damage per turn. I think either way I cast this card is going to be fine for me. I guess that I'll use it to kill their Sphinx, because the problem with making my own Sphinx is if they have a bounce spell, that's really, really bad for me. So we kill that and block one of these. Because now they don't even have a blocker for next turn by doing it that way as well. So I can maybe get in a little bit of damage with my ground troops to finish them off here. If I can get this 3 damage in, then they are dead on board. Slime Bind. Alright, so that is how to make sure that they are not immediately dead. Island. Just gonna keep that in my hand. Even if I draw another land next turn and need to play both, I can, because you can play 2 lands a turn in this format. So, they've got basically 1 more turn to live if they just attack with everything again. feel like now they might just want to leave something back to block. This game would have been a lot messier if they had their own ill-gotten inheritance. So I think I'm glad that I mortified it, but also if I hadn't have mortified it, I might have been able to, like, mortify the Skyguard. Down to 10. They might have... Okay, I was gonna say, they might have something that instant speed gains some life here, based on the way that they played there, since they didn't leave anything to block. So I was kind of thinking about not even, like, activating the Ill-Gotten Inheritance, because then if I activated it and then they gained, like, 3 life with something, I would have been pretty screwed. Because I would no longer have that clock just sitting on the board. Alright, so let's head into round 2 here. And we get the Dovin's Acuity in the opening hand again. I think that's a fine way to start. Opponent is also on at least Orzhov. They drop a Plague White. Senate Courier can block that pretty well. Guess I could just play the Senate Courier first. I kind of like just Dovin's Acuity, though. Then I can Final Payment or Undercity's Embrace something whenever I need to, and still get my Dovin's Acuity value. Basilica Bellhaunt, come on now. That's not fun. I guess I discard the Gateway Plaza? So we can play a Grudian, and that would kill either of those on the block. Or I can play a Senate Guildmage and a Final Payment. I think I just play a Grudian. We're going to go and block the 3-4. They're definitely going to play a bigger creature now, judging by that attack. Oh, or just a 2-1, I guess. A bunch of Afterlife stuff. 1-4 is really good at blocking 1-1 flyers, so I think I just want to set out the Senate Courier. I could also Senate Guildmage and Final Payment with my 4 mana. But I don't really want to Final Payment an Afterlife card that hard. Or that much. Senate Courier's a nice blocker on this board. So they attack with the ones that I can't possibly kill, so we'll just go ahead and stop 2 damage. Forbidding Spirit. Alright, wasn't planning on attacking, so that doesn't change much, but it is another 3-3 on their board. Think we'll play the Chillbringer and tap down the Plague White, actually. Because anything else that attacks, I can block the Messenger with my 3-3, their 3-3 with my 1-4. Yeah. I think I'm actually just the most worried about this Plague White. I'm probably going to end up using a Final Payment on a Plague White out of all of these creatures, which is kind of hilarious. I guess Forbidding Spirit and Plague White do the same thing. They just get blocked by Senate Courier. You got a pump spell? I'm still gonna make the block, because if they had the pump spell, Plague White would kill it anyway. Alright, no pump spell. Twilight Panther's here. Well, now I'm really not worried about the flyers. Because now I have a second Chillbringer. Really just worried about the Twilight Panther and the Plague White now, so I guess I'll tap down the Twilight Panther. I can block everything else. Definitely want to cast this Undercity's Embrace before they have tokens to sacrifice. I don't think this is ever going to be better than it is right now. Like, now they just sacrifice Oligarch, and it turns into a 1/1 flyer. I guess that's still not very good, is it? Just play the Guild Mage. Do I really have to kill anything here? Yeah, we play the Guild Mage. We can start gaining life faster than the Panther deals damage to us. If they play anything scarier. Seems pretty good. Just gonna let it happen. We're gonna take a lot. Jesus Christ. These are all permanently that big? I thought it was +1/+1 till end of turn. Oh my god. If I knew that, I should have just destroyed the Forbidding Spirit in response. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Oh my god. Great. Now I can't even cast the final payment. Oh man. Alright, well... sack your Oligarch or something. It's gonna be a rough couple of turns. Or a rough singular turn if they have another card to follow that up with and kill me immediately. Hopefully I draw a Plains. That would be the best draw to gain some life off the Guild Mage. Nope. Well, no attacks. I have to block really poorly now. Just to survive. So I can trade a Chillbringer for Plague Whites. Kind of really don't want to lose the Senate Courier. Oh my god. Trade one of these for the Forbidding Spirit. Take 5? Jesus Christ. If I do this, I take 4 and I'm left with a Senate Courier and a Guild Mage. I think I kind of have to just do that. Yeah, I can maybe stabilize off of this. If they don't have another card. Because now I can destroy the Forbidding Spirits. Oh my god, are you serious right now? Seems nice. Seems real nice. God damn it. So now I have to chump with my stupid Guild Mage. Oh, why wouldn't you attack with the 1/1? Now I don't have to chump with the Guild Mage. Oh my god, please stop drawing cards, opponent. So if I Dovin's Acuity, I go to 5. I can warrant their messenger to the top of their library. Or final payment, sacrifice Dovin's Acuity. I don't have enough mana to cast Warrant and Final Payment, so I think I'm just dead. Unless I just cast... Or, I meant Warden and Final Payment. I could cast Warrant and Final Payment. I really hate the way that these cards are named. The similar sounding names on a split card. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but it's honestly just awful. Because it's just confusing and not even really clever. I really, really preferred the old names of, like, Alive and Well, you know, blank and blank, Law and Order, stuff like that. Mouth to Feed on the Amonkhet ones. This is tremendously bad. So if I warrant one of them, block another, final payment a third, that's probably my best hope. I can also gain 2 life off the Guild Mage and do that. Now I take 1. It's like really, really, really unlikely for me to win. But that maybe can do it. So if I play Watchful Giant, I take 1, I go to 2, and then next turn they have 4 power of flying if they attack with the Oligarch, because then they'll have a Syndicate Messenger plus 2 1/1s. So I'll be at 2 life and I gain 2 off the Acuity, so I'll be at 4 and I just die. So if I cast Watchful Giant to block Oligarch, the only way I win is if they don't attack with Oligarch. Or I draw into something off of Acuity. The alternative is to just play Acuity now, but then I take 3 and I'm at 2 life, so it's the same situation. So we just play Watchful Giant and hope that they don't attack with the Oligarch. Great. Wonderful. Lovely. That is a way for me to survive for now. But I don't survive very long off that. Ooh. They have to not top deck something here. Why wouldn't they? Okay, I was about to say, it really looked like they were about to, like, Sentinel's Mark again or something. Maybe they are just at instant speed to kill me. Okay, they don't. Good. Plague White, nice, I can block that. Oh my god. I Mortify... I kind of want to just Mortify the 1/1, because then I can just keep blocking Syndicate Messenger. If I Mortify Syndicate Messenger, I do take 1 damage next turn, but I can gain 2, so I could still survive. Yeah... Guess I turn it into a 1/1 flyer, and hopefully they don't want to attack. Like, hopefully they just don't draw something next turn. Mainly is what I'm hoping for again. Just consistently hoping they don't draw something. This is very stressful. We're gonna get that 1 point of damage in here. Each creature blocking it? Okay, so it doesn't do anything to creatures that it is blocking. Noxious Grudian. That's a pretty nice draw. Ooh, Consign to the Pits. Can Consign to the Pit the Garudian, but I could also Prying Eyes, make sure I draw an untapped land, and use it to gain 2 more life and draw a card. I think I need to gain some life as soon as possible. Well, I have to deal with this Grudian. I just need to have a turn off of having to deal with my opponent's stuff. I need them to just once draw a basic land. And whatever turn they draw a basic land, then I'll have a really nice turn of gaining some life and coming back. Hopefully. If not, if they draw another thing, I might just die. Okay, nice! They drew the basic land, that's exactly what I needed. And now I just drew the land for the Prying Eyes, so I don't even need to make sure I draw something specific. Yep, I've got Dovin's Acuity mana now. So come back to my hand, and I'm just discarding any lands I draw. Land. Gain a little bit of life. I'm only at 9 cards in my library, shit. I need Ill-Gotten Inheritance or some gas. I don't get to give Vigilance this turn, so I think I'm just gonna have to start trying to win with these creatures here. If I attack with Watchful Giant... I'm at 5 now? I think I have to do that. Just damage them as fast as possible here. It's so risky. Only at 8 cards, though. I'm only at 8 cards in my deck. I've gotta damage them. Syndicate Messenger is here. And no attacks. Oh my god, we got the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. We're at 7 cards in library. We have the Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Oh, please get their Inheritance. Kind of like Skitter Eel more than Humongulous here, because I can start attacking with it. Don't think I can attack this turn. I'm not going to draw any more cards off the Acuity. Or else I'm pretty screwed. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That costs 3 to do. Attack, attack. No blocks. Pump the eel. Opponent's down to 6. They're very close to a death from Inheritance. We've got Humongulous. We've got Summary Judgment to kill something on the attacks if I have to. Well, that's one hell of a draw. I think I'm still safe, though. Maybe. Well, now I'm definitely safe, I think. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just kill them. Yeah, I can block like that, and then that doesn't even kill... Oh wait, that does kill the Plague White. Block like that, take 2. And then just get in there. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. That was really, really stressful. Sure, if I were the opponent in that game, I would be pretty irritated because that was a ridiculous comeback as well. From literally like 2 life for a few turns in a row. Oh my god. Just hop into the next round. Kinda have to mulligan this. The only thing I can cast is Summary Judgment. Unless I draw another land, and then I can cast Ill-Gotten Inheritance, and that's all I can cast. Ooh, this hand is not better. But I don't want to, like, keep getting less and less cards. That's gotta go to the bottom. Alright. There we go. We got the 4th mana, so I can play a Syndicate Messenger. I can play an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. I do really need a blue mana, though. Opponent on that turn 2 Shark to Crab. Seems pretty nice. I could just final payment it immediately. Or I can just lay down my Ill-Gotten Inheritance as soon as possible. This might be a mistake. The safest play, I think, is to just final payment it right now, and just take the 5 that it's going to deal to me this turn anyway. But this plays really nice if I draw an island. That's not an island. Alright, well... So now they get to even just, like, pump the Shark to Crab and tap down my Messenger. How long does that last? Doesn't even untap on my next untap step. Shark to Crab's busted. Yeah, we just lose to a Shark to Crab. I should have just killed it. That's my bad. But we're off to a really bad start. We don't even have blue mana for the rest of this hand. Yeah, we weren't going to win this game, no matter what. We have no blue. We had the mulligan, and then our hand that we mulliganed to was also just bad. I probably should have just mulliganed again, but then we're just losing from like card advantage situations. Now they have a 6/6 out. Now they have two 6/6s out. One of them has trample. That's super sad. At least we get to play a quick game. The first two games were like 5 centuries long. Yeah, there was absolutely no way to win with this hand. Probably should have mulled again. I don't know. I just hate starting out with a disadvantage so much that I think I don't mulligan enough. Because if I mulligan twice, then I'm just at a major card disadvantage. But I think even with a major card disadvantage, another mulligan would have had a higher chance of winning. Possibly. Could have possibly had a higher chance of winning is the correct term. So this hand's alright. It has 3 cards I can actually play, and I actually have all 3 of my colors. My opponent has 4 colors minimum. They have all 5 colors. Because they have a Gateway Plaza plus green, blue, and a white, black. I guess I technically have all 5 colors just because of the Gateway Plaza. But, like, they really do. They're probably just like a Gates deck. Which is sweet. Probably like just destroy my soul. You know, let's just get rid of the hybrid. It's gonna be a 6/6 next turn if they have 2 basic lands in the hand. Just more gates. Opponents living the dream. Maybe they just drafted a bunch of gates and then just started taking actual cards like halfway through the second pack. That is the strategy. I guess we're just playing Ill-Gotten Inheritance because they didn't do anything. You're gonna mortify my Ill-Gotten Inheritance? Okay. Fair enough. The card is pretty absurd. So my opponent seems to just be on 4-color good stuff so far. Guess we'll embrace that again. And just keep hitting them for 2 a turn. Oh. See, if I embrace that one, they get some flyers. I'll just keep getting in there for 2, though. You want your flyers? They don't want the flyers that bad. I think I'm cool taking 5 here, because then I crack back for 4, maybe? Oh, shit. Oh, Wrecking Beast is so good. I don't have Consign to the Pit mana yet. Can Summary Judgment the Debtor's Transport? Can also just do that at instant speed. Did I just play Senate Courier and then Summary Judgment the Transport on their attack? I think I do that. And we block Wrecking Beast with our Death Toucher. Final payment, my Death Toucher with your transport. It's almost like they knew exactly what was in my hand. Oh, they just paid 5 life. Oh, they're trying to just kill me this turn. Never mind. Alright. Do they have like a pump spell here? They must. Ha! Got him! Do they have a counterspell too? Do they have the counterspell backup? That'd be pretty sweet. Nope. So I blocked the Wrecking Beast there because if I didn't block anything and then they used their +3/+3 on the Wrecking Beast, there was absolutely nothing I could do about it. That's a really nice draw. That's one of the very few cards that would save me from the Wrecking Beast for at least a moment. Ooh, opponent's going really low on life. Maybe they have another pump spell and I just have to cry here when I die to a 1/1 flyer. Consume. Well, that works. Basic land, come on. Woo! My god. Tense game is intense. If they hadn't gained life, that'd have been sick. If they just had like a regular removal. I think I still attack. We're gonna play it all ballsy. They're down to 2 life now. They have to save at least one of them back to block or draw another pump spell to kill me. They save the one back to block. I go to 4. Play like a Scuttlegator, just a big old ground creature that I can block with a 1/1 from my Watchful Giant. Consume! Again? 2 copies of Consume? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So, I guess we play Watchful Giant. And then, hopefully next turn, we sacrifice our 1/1 to final payment one of their dudes and maybe kill them. Maybe. No attacks. Okay. So now we play Humongulous, final payment, sacrificing Humongulous to kill a 1/1. Wait, no we don't. we don't do that because they don't actually die that turn. We would if they die that turn from that play. But they don't. So I think we just attack with the 3/6 and save the final payment for whatever they draw. I could still really aggressively final payment here to make sure that they take at least 2 damage, but that seems like real risky. So we're just going to send in the ground guys because they can't block the flyers anyway. And we'll file a payment, whatever they play. And they should be dead next turn. Hopefully. Is this the same game where they played a shark to crab on me? And I was like, well, I definitely lost? No. This is how you know my mind is not working. We'll sack our 1/1. I was like, wait a second, did I come back from the shark to crap? No, absolutely not. That did not happen. Alright. Another fast game, though. I guess I just forgot how quickly I lost last game. Alright, 3 wins. Even if we win the next 2 rounds, we're at dead even average. 3 wins, 3 losses. So that's not bad. Alright, this hand's awful. I need 2 more mana. I mean, it has all my colors and a summary judgment to maybe stop early game stuff, but I could see this hand just dying so often. That's way too risky. And this one's basically the same hand. Guess I need less lands, and I get to scry towards a land. Solar Form Hybrid? Yep. The card is nuts. I think it's even better in Greedy Draft. But so are most cards. So we'll play the Grudian, and we'll block with the Grudian if they go for it. Open the gates. Grabbing a basic forest. Well, we have Summary Judgment and Final Payment mana here, or we could do Mortify. We've got 4 options. We're just gonna pass. So I have 4 removal spells, and they have 4 non-land cards in their hand. Maybe they only have 3 non-land cards. Maybe I can just out-card advantage them, hopefully. Steeple Creeper's gonna get flying. Gonna go in there. He's gonna get Summary Judgmented. Alright, I need a second island, but if I get one, that'll be really good. Because then I get to draw a bunch of cards, and then I'm in a better position in terms of card advantage for sure than my opponent. Cast another Steeple Creeper. And a Prime Speaker Vanifar. I think we gotta kill that before its ability gets any use. Yeah, because they could just sack and get their best creature at every mana cost. We gotta just kill that. There's the second island. If they attack with the Steeple Creeper, I'm probably going to Final Payment before I Prying Eyes here and just pay 5 instead of losing... Oh boy. That's going to be a 5/5 flyer. Pay 5 instead of losing the 4 that I'm going to lose anyway. Now I think I'll just Final Payment both their creatures and just Prying Eyes main phase. Because Terramander's going to be a 5/5 flyer. They have enough to do it, right? A blue and 7, so 8 mana total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th is paid by the sorcery in their grave. Yeah, that's basically a 5/5 flyer. I can deal with the ground guy, so we'll pay another 5 life and just go down to 10. And... Prying Eyes time. Oh, man. I have to discard something good. I guess I discard the eel. Land from opponent. Hopefully that's all. Nice. Alright. Let's just start getting in there. Growth Spiral. They draw into another Steeple Creeper. Might have to actually just block that with my 4/4 flyer, which is super duper lame. It's just Inheritance first. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's be nice. So Trollbred could be a 7/7 trample, so I'll take 5 from it. Undercities Embrace them. They keep the 7/7 trample. So we'll block with the Grudian, and if they play a pump spell, I'll have to cast Warrant to not die. I should have just paid the mana to give it Vigilance, because I have enough to do that and still cast Warrant. Shuffle their grave back into their library and draw a card. Okay. And immediately draw a Steeple Creeper. Oh my god, opponent. Could you, like, not draw the gas one time, please? I feel like I say that every match. And I just forget when they didn't draw the gas. Oh my god. Ooh. We have a plan. I'm gonna have to warrant the stupid Steeple Creeper, though. Yup. Actually, just let them kill the courier first and just don't warrant till later. No, because I need all of this mana to sack my stuff. What the hell? Are they running like 12 Steeple Creeper? Stop! Stop with the Steeple Creepers. Costs 6 mana to do the drain. I have 7. So if I drain now, they go to 7 life. Still takes a few more turns to kill them. So we could just play the Guild Mage, I guess. And we get to Vigilance the Courier to speed it up a tiny bit. So they got into 8 at the start of my turn, then all I have to do is they'll got an Inheritance twice, and we got them. Give the Creeper Flying. They have a second Creeper in their hand that they're definitely going to play. I think we're just going to take 4 here. Go to 6. But then we go up to 8, and then we go up to 12, and then we go up to 14. Alright. We're gonna use 1. then use the other if I survive when I untap. They give one of them flying. They give the other one flying. We're taking a lot. Let's gain a life here so that we're almost definitely not dead. I haven't done the math, but I'm fairly certain there's no way we're dead here. Yeah, we're at 7. And get him. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is, I think, way too good for a common. And it's the kind of card that's just really obnoxious, in my opinion, just in the way that it plays. But, I mean, it works. It works in this deck. Works in a lot of decks. Alright. Well, we're 4 wins in, so we've beaten the average, at least. So, we're on a good record here. This is a very bad hand, again. But I guess all it needs is 1 blue. I do have Final Payment and Undercity's Embrace to hopefully stave them off until I draw my blue. Just keep the bad hands again. Gate. Opponent's on green-blue again. There's the blue. So we just drop out a Skitter Eel. It's gonna be a big boy next turn. Slimebind, I guess it'll be a 1/5, but that still blocks some stuff. So that's fine. Rubble Slinger, like a 1/5 blocks that super well, but so does a -1/3 that blocks that a-okay. Guess we'll play a Grudian and save the rest of our mana to just pump the Skitter Eel. Alright, look at the top 5, pick a creature, reveal it, put it into your hand. So let's see what kind of bombs they're getting. Zoroform Hybrid, I mean that's a good card, for sure. Do they not have any land though? Ooh, they're stuck on 4 mana? Go ahead and adapt the eel. Well, that's a pretty good draw. Just play Ill-Gotten Inheritance and sit here. They can't really attack until they get their 6th mana or play some more cards. Here's their 5th mana. So we'll see if they have any 5 mana dudes in their hand. They do nothing. Okay. Let's play another good blocker. We can start paying for Vigilance and getting in there, maybe? Well, no, they have a reach card. This guy can throw rubble at my bird. Or this lady can throw rubble at my bird. There's the 6th mana. It's also red, which means that they are waiting on a red card, then they've got the mana for it now. Unless it's a double red card. I don't think we really do anything until our opponent does something here. Because, like, we could just block their 6/6 with our 2/2 Death Touch. And if neither of us does anything forever, then I am in the winning position just because of Ill-Gotten Inheritance. So, I'm fine with us just not doing anything. And I don't really have a way to be more proactive. Like, I could kill both their creatures if I Final Payment one and then Undercity's Embrace, but that just sets me up to die hardcore if they cast, like the 7-mana 6/6 Riot and Trample and stuff like that. Titanic Brawl, they're gonna fight my Death Toucher. So those are gonna trade. Okay. And I guess I'll Undercity's Embrace the hybrid. We'll see if they have an instant speed creature here. If they have like a Fairy Duelist, that would be very good for our opponent. Alright, they do not have a flash creature. Play Guildgate, and my turn. I guess I start slowly hitting them with the Senate Courier as well to maybe kill them slightly faster. Guess I can go ahead and attack with the Skitter Eel as well. If they riot in something scary enough, I'm probably just killing it with Final Payment anyway. Don't need to block it with a 1/5. Hit you for 2. And we can still cast Syndicate Messenger and have the mana up for Final Payment. I don't really know what's going on with my opponent's deck, because they were stuck on land for a little bit, so these 3 cards in their hand, at least 3 of them, they're not just lands. I don't think. Unless they just decided not to play lands at some points. Maybe they're like 4 or 5 color? And they're still stuck on mana right now? I don't know. I'm confused and kind of worried. Because they could be good cards that are still in there. Okay, so a collision. Turn my messenger into a 1/1 flyer. Shoot for 2, they're down to 12. They draw another land, but I'm pretty sure the 2 cards that are in their hand aren't just more lands. So maybe they're just more like collision type stuff. And they're like, well, your creatures are so shitty, I don't want to use removal on them. But all my creatures are shitty, that's the secret. Skitter Eel's not shitty. He just has a slime bind on him that's making him that way. Another Guildgate. And yeah, they must just have removal because they're just reading my creatures. Oh. I see. They have like pump spells and stuff that only works if they have a creature out. That's unfortunate for opponent. Alright, well that explains what was in their hand. They probably, I don't know, had another aura or pump spell or something. Direfleet Neckbreaker as our random reward, and we got another Ravnica Allegiance pack there. So we are at 5 wins, that's 650 gems and 1 pack. There's 2 more rounds here, basically. If I lose both of them or win both of them, it'll end. there could potentially be 3 more rounds if I win one and then lose one. But probably just 2 more rounds. I expect to either win a lot or lose a lot. But yeah, 5 wins. This is a fine record. This hand is terrible. I guess I get to play Grudian and Undercity's Embrace, and if I draw an island or any blue mana source, then this hand's actually awesome. An opponent goes first. Let's continue with the terrible keeps. I guess I do also have mana for Warrant, so I have the mana to cast actually a lot of these cards. Looks like we're on the mirror match. Both of us are playing Esper. Opponent actually has mana, though. They have 4 mana, they have their blue, and that is great for them. I'm going to go ahead and just play the Death Toucher. It can start attacking in if they don't have any other creatures, which is pretty possible because a lot of these Esper decks run a very low creature count, or just a lot of shitty creatures like my deck. I think I just lose because they got 6 mana and all of their mana. They got a High Alert out with a Junk Troller. And a Cry of the Carnage just kill my guy. I mean, they only have 2 cards in their hand now, so if I Undercity's Embrace, I have card advantage by like a country mile. So their other cards better be good. Because they only have 3 of them. I have a lot. But that's the problem, is that I have a lot of shitty cards. They might just have a few good cards, which would definitely win. These cards are good if I have blue mana, but the thing is, 5 of them are uncastable. So they have a Noxious Grudian and probably just a removal spell. Let's go ahead and just play the Skitter Eel and just block the Grudian, I guess. Or just draw the removal out. Carrion Imp. Exile their own Junk Troller to gain a bit of life. Now they have a 3/3 flyer. If I draw any land next turn, that'll be really nice. We'll trade with the Grudian. I am absolutely taking every trade I can get at this point because I just have way more cards than my opponent. Guess we play the Senate Courier so that I don't take any damage, really. Unless they remove it. One card in hand. No attacks. Play Dovin's Acuity now. Definitely hoping to draw land. Maybe it's a counterspell. Even a counterspell wouldn't be the worst, just because even if I don't get to do Dovin's Acuity shenanigans with this hand, I have like 5 cards in hand and they have 1. Which, if they countered Dovin's Acuity, they would then just have none. Alright. I think we're in a pretty good spot now. We've made it to our mana. Resolute Watchdog. Give one of their guys indestructible till end of turn. Okay. It's also a 3/3, and it can attack thanks to the High Alert. So they have a 3/3 that can attack, so I'll go ahead and play a 3/6 and get a 1/1 chump blocker. Opponent is just top decking straight gas. Not absolute gas, but they're not just drawing lands, fortunately. I think I want to Chillbringer down their 4/4 flyer. I could just take 4 one time here and just get the Ill-Gotten Inheritance out. I could also cast Warrant and Warden as Warrant. But I think if I find a way to deal with the Senate Courier, the 4/4 flyer is just going to be way better. And if I don't find a way to deal with it, then I can just deal with it by making my 4/4 and blocking their 4/4. But then that just gets rid of the Watchdog, so that's kind of rough. Give the Courier Vigilance. We're going to take 4. Alright, nice. They drew a basic land at some point. Assign to the pit the Watchful Giant so that they can actually attack with the Watchdog, I guess? Seems fine. Humongulus will just start blocking the Watchdog then. I guess they're just trying to kill me real fast here, because if they don't, I do have a lot of life gain on the board. Well, we'll block 3, take 7. I guess we should chump at this point. If I don't chump, though, then they can't attack at all, because if I play Humongulus, then I block Watchdog with a 2/5 and a 1/1. And I block there, I take 4. Yeah, I guess I need to leave this 1/1. This is a lot of damage, so maybe I should just put the Senate Courier on top. That also stops them from drawing another card next turn. We'll go ahead and put the Courier on top. Slow it down. Because my 4/4 can't kill theirs unless the Watchdog is off the board anyway. So I think we're just completely on Ill-Gotten Inheritance plan now. Summary Judgment. That's a pretty nice draw. So we could just play that and recast Acuity. I like that play a lot. We'll attempt to shoot the Imp. And we're basically letting them, if they want to, sack the Watchdog and keep the flying version. That's fine. But I think I'd rather actually just kill the thing in the air. For now. Nice. Gain some life, draw a card. Vigilance the Courier. That way I can block and still hit them. They're just going to play their own Courier next turn. Let's go ahead and hit them for 2. Then I'll probably Chillbringer their Courier, and then if I have to, I will double block Courier with a Chillbringer and my own Courier. That'll at least get rid of the Watchdog. This Ill-Gotten Inheritance is getting closer and closer to just killing them. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably should have just Summary Judgmented the Watchdog just because of the threat of the Courier that I can't just mortify if I draw one. I think we cast the Chillbringer and a Courier here. Now we just get in for a decent chunk of damage in the air, and maybe even just kill them pretty quickly here. Because 1 damage this turn, we hit them for 5 next turn. In the air. Oh, fucking High Alert. Oh my god, I hate the second line of text on High Alert so much. I specifically was talking about this the other time, about how, like, the second line of text is just, like, hidden down there, way down at the bottom, after all of the most important stuff, and then you're like, wait a second. So I'm fucked, right? Alright, well, we're double blocking their courier. Just to get rid of their watchdog, at least. This is literally just trading their watchdog for one of these two cards, which is fine. I would be in a lot better spot if I still had my courier. God, I hate high alerts. Second effect. Alright, so we've traded a Chillbringer for a watchdog, which is a fine trade. They have another courier. Well, this is not the greatest. Let's draw some cards. Humongous isn't going to do anything here. That's 2 flyers right there. We are going to return Acuity to our hand. Draw 4, discard 2. Discard Humongous. Could play a land and another inheritance here. Or I could play a land and a messenger, but that's only if, like, I discard a final payment. Which seems bad. I guess I Acuity. We're going to have to play it slow here. We're going to play Acuity. Next turn we'll final payment one of the couriers. And play a Syndicate Messenger. We just hope to draw a second removal spell. Well, Chillbringer works, because I can do the same kind of double block, Chillbringer and Courier against their Courier. Unless they draw something. If they draw something, I can still cast Chillbringer and Final Payment in the same turn. So I can Final Payment whatever they draw, Chillbringer one of the Couriers, and block the other Courier. So I think we're definitely fine. Unless they draw something really scary. Alright, well we've got 9 mana, so I think I just Chillbringer to set up the double block and cast another Inheritance. No attacks. So yeah, Chillbringer doesn't really tap down the second courier, I guess. I forgot again. I just literally immediately forgot High Alert's second ability after just talking about it a second ago. But this is fine. I still trade with one courier and take 4, and then I kill the other one next turn with my final payment. They only have 1 mana untapped here. Okay, they have 2. They could have some kind of pump spell that would be horrific for me, but I don't really have much of a choice but to make them have it. Even if they do have it, it's actually not the end of the world. Final payment paying 5, that's really bold, and that's not going to work out for you at all, opponent. Wow. That was so bold. I can respect that. So let's play a Syndicate Messenger. Let's final payment a courier. I mean, go big or go home. That's basically their only option at that point. Because I'm sitting here with like 1,000,000 life gain. But now I am just going to kill a courier, chump block the other courier, kill you with inheritances next turn. And if not, I'll just final payment your second courier. Man, I really need to remember that High Alert can untap creatures. because that almost cost me this game. Actually, I don't think it was very close to costing me this game, but like potentially it could have, because that was a really... I just threw away a courier for no reason. Oh, did I actually have enough mana to sack both? I did. Well, that's hilarious. We'll just play it the slow way, though. I'm just gonna pretend I was playing around some kind of crazy life gain spell. Nice. Alright. We got the scoop. I could have just killed them last turn, but I wasn't paying attention. I'm like, there's no way I have 12 mana. But apparently I did, and I didn't notice till I played the Guild Mage, so not the best play from me right now. I probably should not be at 6-1. There is no justice in this world. But let's go ahead and go into the final rounds here. Last 1 or 2 rounds, depending on if I win or lose. We're going to go ahead and keep this. It's got all of the colors. It's got a Summary Judgment and an Undercity's Embrace at the least. Orzhov Enforcer is really nice against my deck, because it just like dies and they get a 1/1 anyway, so it's like really good against Undercity's Embrace. Yeah, Undercity's Embrace is just awful against Orzhov most of the time. I did think in theory this card would be pretty good in this format, just because it's good against all those green decks, but it's still just atrociously bad against Afterlife cards. The turn 2 Blade Juggler. So... look at that beautiful mana base. I think I just want to play a 1/4 and block their Blade Juggler. Just take 1. Humongulus should be pretty good against Rakdos. Just a 2/5 blocker. We'll see if they use some kind of pump spell or damage spell to get the courier out of here. Drill bits. It'll be interesting to see what they choose here. They might just take Humongulus. I'd be the happiest person in the world if they made me discard Undercity's Embrace. I think that's definitely the worst choice out of all of these cards. They choose Consign to the Pits. Fair enough, they must have some kind of really big bomb coming up. Well, now they knew I drew the mana for the Consign to the Pits, so... of course, I draw the land so that I can cast Consign to the Pit the second that they make me discard it. If they didn't make me discard it, I wouldn't have drawn a land. Probably, maybe, who knows. But whatever, we are fine, we got a Humongulus out. They do have 3 Power of Death Touchers out, which is intensely annoying, but other than that, that's basically all it is. It's not like really threatening or anything, it's just really annoying. I will probably have to Summary Judgment a Noxious Grudian. And then just like Undercity's Embrace them. I guess if I Undercity's Embrace them at this point, they probably just sacrifice the 3/2 rather than the Death Toucher. Could I not draw more lands? Just make their Blade Juggler chill and then I get to get some damage in. Yeah, I'll just say chill out. What do you have? Alright, nothing yet. Let them go to their turn. I think the plan is just all these flying creatures now. By all these, I mean these two. Judgment the Grudian. No blocks. Opponent casts a Rubble Belt Recluse. That's a pretty big game. So, like, what do they sacrifice if I Undercity's Embrace them? Probably just the Enforcer. Yeah, this ain't great. I think I have to double block Recluse with a Humongulous and a Chillbringer. Hope they don't have, like, a pump spell. Or else I'm, like, really doomed. And this time I mean it. Last time when I was like, if they have a pump spell, I'm pretty screwed, I realized, wait, I'm not that screwed if they have a pump spell. But here I'm pretty screwed if they do. If they just have like a Blade Brand, that's fine. I just need to be able to actually kill the Recluse. I kind of want to just concede the game right now. I don't have the mana to cast Undercity's Embrace. I've lost, unless I draw targeted removal immediately. Which I do have a lot of, but I'll just draw more lands. As you do. I feel like my deck definitely has the cards to fight against this start from my opponent really well, but I'm just not drawing them. They're almost definitely just sacking the Enforcer, so this will stop one more damage here. Yep. Firewheeler, wonderful. Yeah, thank you for letting me draw Mortify after I already sacrificed all of my creatures to not die. Oh! The disrespectful opponent. Preemptive GGing is like one of the most asshole moves you can possibly do on Magic Arena. Imagine if I drew a Kaya's Wrath there. From now on, if I ever draw a Kaya's Wrath in a situation like that, I will just sit there for a while to see if my opponent says GG, so I can just really ruin their day. Because that's a dick move. Alright, well, heading into the last round here. After a pretty sad match, probably, I don't even remember what my opening hand was, but I'm just going to say probably should have mulliganed in hindsight, seeing as I lost. Because I do think that my deck definitely had potential hands that would have been really good against that. Like, if I could have just used a targeted removal on the Recluse, their start was actually really slow. Which my deck is really slow as well, but it would have evened out. I think I'm going to keep this one. It's got the Dovin's Acuity on turn 3, alongside a Senate Guild Mage. If I don't draw any more lands, I can try and draw lands off the Guild Mage. Unless my opponent has like a blistering fast start, this should be alright, and it gives me time to draw into my land. Especially because opponent goes first, so I get to draw a card before my first turn, then a card before I cast Acuity, and a card when I cast Acuity. So I'll be drawing 3 cards before I need a 4th mana. to try to get there. So hopefully it works out. Opponent is Rakdos again. Red, black, white, it looks like, for sure. Get a Mortify, that's a very nice draw. Especially with Dovin's Acuity. We don't draw land, though, which we really needed by now. No land out of these 3 draws. Maybe we'll get one by this 4th draw. Syndicate Messenger from our opponents. Just really good against cards that just destroy a creature. Guess we'll just play an Ill-Gotten Inheritance. We'll just try and out-life gain the Messenger's damage. Which we definitely can by just putting 2 Inheritance out. Even if we're not recasting Acuity a bunch. And if we draw a single land here, we can Chillbringer for a long time. 10th District Veteran. Just a 2-3? Just some 2-3s? What is my opponent's deck? Might have to start using some removal on some 2-3s. Because that's all they've played. It's a bunch of 2-3s. Kind of like just casting Chillbringer. Tap down the Syndicate Messenger, block one of the 2-3s unless they remove my Chillbringer. This gets them to probably stop attacking with the Veterans. Veteran is actually really good against Chillbringer because it untaps their creatures. So, but that lets me kill a Veteran. Okay, they just final payment, paying some life, so now they get to attack for 4. Because it doesn't untap a creature until the attack is already declared. So we're just going to do the same thing, I think. Just play another Chillbringer. Play a Carrion Imp. Alright. Undercity's Embrace. It's not super good right now. I think we just Chillbringer again. Could definitely use a little bit more mana here, because mana is definitely tight right now. They had the second Embrace, just gonna play the same card each turn. Did I accidentally tap down a Veteran? Because I wasn't paying enough attention? I think I did. That's hilarious, but it just ended up doing the exact same thing as if I tapped down anything else. They are down to 9 life here because of the final payments they've been playing. So what happens if I just cast Ill-Gotten Inheritance? I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go down to 7 life. I think I kind of have to just Summary Judgment the Carrion Imp. Gain some life here. Can also mortify one of their creatures or Undercity's Embrace instead of just gaining a couple life and drawing a card. It can make it so they only do 4 damage to me per turn. I think I can just do that next turn, though. I think I have enough life to do that. I'll be at 15. Yeah, now we have enough mana to play a 3-mana card and recast Acuity. They don't have the mana to sack the Locket till their next turn. So they're probably not playing another creature this turn, and if they do and it's bigger than the stuff they have, then I'll mortify that instead of anything else. So we're going to hit for 6, go down to 9, but then we go back up to 10 from Inheritance, and hopefully back up to 12 from Acuity. They go down to 8. Play Grasping Thrall. Alright, so they gain more life and I lose more life, so that's a problem. If I mortify that and recast Acuity, I take 6, I'm down to 4. My other option is like to cast a messenger and a guild mage, but those all just have 2 power, so I don't even get to kill anything on blocks. If I cast Watchful Giant, I take 5 in the air, go down to 3. But I get to stop the veterans. So I go down to 3, and then my next turn, I get to mortify one of the flyers and recast Acuity. So then I'd be at 4, I'd be at 6, and then the ground is under control. This is a really hard game of Magic. This is gonna be well fought between us two, for sure. Things were so much simpler with my green decks. Why did I start drafting this white, blue, black crap? Why am I not still just playing dudes and attacking? That's so much easier. They just have a million removal spells. I'm scooping. That was rough. They drew that final removal spell there. So, like, yeah. The scoop there, before anybody says that was preemptive, they were going to hit me to 1 life, and then I'd be at 2 at the start of my turn. With them having... what, like 9 power of creatures on the board? So I could kill one of them and gain 2, and I go up to 4. That is the best I could possibly do. So I was dead. For sure. Alright, well... thank you all for watching another greedy draft here. I am not very good at piloting these control-type builds, but I try to draft them every once in a while just to play different stuff, so that I'm not always playing the same kind of decks. But yeah, this was more stressful than anything for me, for sure, and I'm sure that the video was very long at this point. But let's go ahead and see our rewards. We got 850 gems, so we got more gems out of it than we paid for it, which is always nice. And we got a couple packs, so let's see if we get anything cool in the booster packs here. Mirror March is kind of cool. People have been doing some crazy stuff with this in, like, gate decks and stuff like that. Like, I don't know what all I've seen done with Mirror March, but people are making some cheesy stuff. I don't think it's actually any good, but it's adorable. And the next card here is a Skargan Hellkite, which, once again, haven't really seen this run in very many decks. Maybe people use it in, like, Rakdos Dragon decks with Sarkhan. But I literally have never seen this cast against me in Constructed yet, but it's definitely a cool card, at the very least. And we got an uncommon wild card, which is always nice to get more wild cards, whatever rarity they're at. So, thank you all for watching another greedy draft here on the channel, and I'll see you all again for more Magic the Gathering. Probably not going to be another greedy draft, just because I don't have time to record another one today, because I've got some other stuff I want to do. And I think they're removing them from Magic Arena tomorrow, so I'll see you all for another video sometime soon of whatever I end up playing. I should be back probably with a bunch of Rivals of Ixalan drafts pretty soon, because I think that is the next ranked draft format that they're putting up. And I'll be excited to go back to Ixalan after so much Ravnica, so yep, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.